Okay, so you have been working for a couple days without me, without my help. Okay, you did a couple days of adding and subtracting polynomials, and then you have been working on your review for this test. Okay, the next unit that y'all are going to do is actually Unit 8. It is from Algebra 2. Okay, but it is a perfect data and statistics unit just to review for college readiness as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that with the Algebra 2 classes. But let's go ahead and get this Unit 1B test review over. Okay, I would highly suggest that you write down the stuff that I write down on this. Okay, and remember, you are allowed to use this review and your packet on the test. So make sure you have everything written down. Okay, some of it is like one section is a part that we did not touch on because it was on that cut and paste thing, but y'all have seen it before. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that during this review. Okay. Number 1 is the algebraic expressions, where we write an expression based on what they tell us to do. Okay, so 4 less than 6 times Jim's age is A. Okay, so 4 less than 6 times Jim's age of A. Okay, that's all they remember. When I say less than, that goes to the end of whatever they're about to say. Okay, whenever you see less than, it goes to the end of what they're about to say. So 6 times Jim's age is what actually goes first, and then this goes second. Okay? Triple the difference of x and y, decreased by 21. Okay, so the difference of x and y, triple that, and then decrease it by 21. Okay, this one's the opposite. Okay, I'm going to give you the expression, and then I want you to write what it actually is telling you to do. Okay, so instead of you getting the written part and you writing the expression, it's the exact opposite. So we have the sum of 3 and a number squared times 7. That's one way to put it. Okay, or you could say 7 times the sum of 3 and a number squared. Okay, either one are perfectly acceptable. Okay? All right, here's the part that we touched on for just a second in Algebra 2, but we didn't really touch on it in this section or in this college readiness unit. But real quick, identify the terms of the expression. Remember, terms are separated by pluses and minuses, so there are 3 different terms. Okay, and they are 6x cubed, negative 2x squared, and 30. Okay, identify the constant. Remember, the constant is the one that does not have a variable. Okay, constants have no variables. Okay, so the constant in this question is 3. Okay, when we're talking about a coefficient, Okay, the coefficient is the number in front of the variable. Okay, the number in front of the variables. So in this case, we have two coefficients. Okay, I have a coefficient of 6 and a coefficient of -2. Okay, this is all vocabulary stuff. Okay, number 7. Simplify the expression shown. So basically, combine like terms. Okay, so I have a 4x, a -3x, and a -6x, which gives us a -5x, +2 and +9 is +11. Okay, so it now wants to know, once you simplify it, what is the new coefficient? Well, the new coefficient is -5. Okay? Number 8, what symbol does an algebraic expression not have? Well, let's look up here to numbers 1 and 2. Okay, looking at 1 and 2, what is the one thing I do not have that you are used to seeing in math? And the answer is an equal sign. Okay, an expression does not have an equal sign. An equation does have an equal sign. Okay, expression versus equation here. Okay, number 9 is understanding what an expression is written to mean. Okay, so here's the expression, 12n plus 4 times 5p represents the amount Isaiah spent buying gasoline and snacks, where n represents the price of each gallon of gas. Okay, so this represents the guy that's hanging out with n, has to do with the price of each gallon of gas. Okay, and P represents the cost of each snack that he bought. Okay, so then what does the term 12N represent? Well, if N is the price of the gas, then 12 is how many gallons he bought. Okay, so gallons, or actually the cost of the gas for his trip. Okay, the next part, what does that represent? Well, this represents the cost of the snacks. For the trip. Okay, apparently he was pretty hungry. He bought 20 individual snacks. Okay, this expression represents the cost of Janelle's cell phone bill, where M is the number of minutes used. Okay, what is the constant in this expression? Well, the constant is 23. Okay, but let's think logically about what it is. If it is 15 cents per minute, 23 could possibly represent a service fee, maybe. Okay, a service fee, your contract fee, your base price of your service. It could be anything like that. Okay, but when 23 is the constant in this situation, it is representing some sort of fee or some sort of cost that occurs no matter how many minutes you actually use. Okay? All right, let's flip it over. And here, oh, that's the exact same one that was on the last page. Oh, I answered it by accident. Okay, what does it represent? Like I said, it could represent a service fee or base price. Okay, we're not 100% sure. Okay, Amelia and some friends went out to lunch. Each girl got exactly the same meal that was $11.99. Okay, the tax on the bill was $5.28. Write an expression that represents the total cost of the bill. Okay, if there were 5 of them, okay, and they each spent $11.99. Plus the tax of $5.28, and there's your expression. Okay, no unknowns. We know exactly how much the meal was. We know how many girls there were, and we know what the tax was. The only unknown, really, is the total price of the bill. Okay, Jackson is shopping for a new pair of shoes. Okay, this week, the shoes he wants to purchase is discounted at 15% off its original price. Okay, so 15% off. Here's the original price. Okay, 15% off of that would be 0.15. And we subtract that discount from the price of the shoes. Okay, so we have the price of the shoes minus however much discount we're going to get. Okay, so technically if we combine that, we would get 0.85x would be our simplified expression. Okay, three friends went to dinner and each owed a total of $D, including the tax and the tip. One of the friends had a $10 coupon that they also used. Write an expression for the situation. Okay, there were 3 friends that owed a total of $D. Okay, we're going to subtract the coupon from that and then redivide that price by the 3 friends. Okay, remember, this is an expression, not an equation, so I don't need an equal sign. Okay, again, we have the 3 friends that each owed $D. There was a $10 coupon. So then divide it by the 3 friends again to see how much they each actually owed. Okay, and here's a perfect cell phone bill company question. Okay, a cell phone company charges $70 a month for unlimited calling and then 15 cents per text message. Yuck, y'all would be out of luck on that one, wouldn't you? Okay, if T represents the number of text messages that Jonathan sent last month, write an expression that represents the cost of his bill before any taxes or fees. Okay, so before anything, we're going to write this down. So he pays 15 cents per text message, plus he has the service fee of $70 a month. Can y'all imagine paying 15 cents a text message? Whew, some of y'all would be broke in 10 minutes. Okay, 16. The total daily expenses to operate Ella's Pie Bakery are the cost of salaries and ingredients. Ella has 7 employees. She pays each a daily rate. On average, it costs the same amount of money to make each pie. This expression shows the total daily expenses. Okay? Up here is the first context clue that says that she has 7 employees. And then the question says, what does the term 7.95 represent? Okay, that must mean that she pays her workers a daily rate of $95. Okay, so she has 7 workers. At $95 a day. So this expression represents her salaries that she pays her workers. Okay, 17. Jamar was given the following expression in algebra class. Okay, if he simplifies, let's find the following. So yes, we do need to simplify first. Okay, never leave variables of the same listed twice. Okay, it definitely needs to be simplified. So I have 3x squared and 4x squared, which leaves me negative 1x squared. Positive 2, positive 1, so positive 3x. Negative 5 and negative 9 is negative 14. Okay, so if we answer these questions, the constant is now negative 14. Okay, the leading coefficient is negative 1. Okay, negative 1 and negative 3, or negative 1 and positive 3, are both coefficients. However, negative 1 is the one in the very front of the line, so he's the leading. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3 terms. And there are 2 different variables happening here. Okay, there's a variable of x squared, and there's a variable of x. Okay, the degree of this is a degree 2 because the highest exponent is 2, which makes it a quadratic. And because it has 3 terms, it is a trinomial. Okay, write a cubic function that has a leading coefficient of 4 and a constant term of 9. Okay, so I'm going to have a constant of 9, a leading coefficient of 4, and they want it to be cubic, so I have an x cubed. Okay, there are multiples that this could be. Okay, you could also have a 4x cubed plus 2x plus 9. Okay, you could throw a number in the middle there. You could have the x squared in there somewhere, 4x cubed plus 6x squared plus 2x plus 9. Okay, as long as it meets the parameters of a leading coefficient of 4 and a constant of 9, and it's a cubic function, then any three of these will work. Okay, what is the last name? The last name tells you how many terms it has. 1, 2, 3 terms. So it is a trinomial. Okay? Which is equivalent. So basically they want you to simplify. Okay, so simplify our polynomial. So we are adding like terms here. 5x squared, 4x squared, 9x squared. 7xy does not have a match, so he goes next all by himself. And then we have a negative 3y squared and a negative 2y squared, which is negative 5y squared. Okay, again, this is adding polynomials, so we are just combining like terms. Five x squared is all by himself. 3x, negative 7x is negative 4x. Positive 9, negative 5, so negative 4. Sorry, positive 4. Okay, if you notice, this one is a subtraction, so we are going to keep flip change. Make it a positive, change everybody's sign. So a positive 10a and a negative 7a is a positive 3a squared. Negative 2a, positive 9 is a positive 7a. And then my constant of 8 and negative 4 is a positive 4. Okay, and another one. Flip the sign. Change everybody over here. So negative 3m cubed, negative 6m cubed is negative 9m cubed. Okay, yes, I am going for the highest exponent first. And I actually missed my negative 7m to the 4th. Because remember, our exponents decrease from left to right. So that means 4, 3. Do I have any squareds? I do not. So I'm going to go to my m's. 9 and negative 13. Negative 4m. And then my constant is by himself of 3. Okay, addition, so I do not change the sign. 2x squared is by himself. 10x and 5x is 15x. negative 8, and positive 9 is a positive 1. Okay, keep it, change it from a positive or negative to a positive, and then change everybody's sign over here. A to the fourth, negative 3a to the fourth leaves you with negative 2a to the fourth. Negative 9a squared, negative 5a squared. It's negative 14a squared. And then a constant of negative 6. Okay, these next 5 are review from our previous unit, so we do not have to do those. Okay, again, this is on YouTube. If you missed anything, pause the video, rewind it, go back and check something that you may have missed. If not, you will have a test tomorrow. Good luck.